The galaxy had been quiet for a long time. Planets rotated slowly around distant suns, and alien ships moved through space in careful patterns. Trade routes were busy, but no one thought war was near. The Galactic Council met often to discuss small problems like trade disputes and minor border issues. No one expected anything dangerous to appear. Luke Carter sat at the bridge of his human warship, the horizon glowing with the light of nearby stars. He had not expected to see anything unusual. The ship had been traveling for weeks through empty space, following old star charts that few remembered. Luke looked at the worn controls and the small crew around him. Each one moved quickly, checking systems that had not been used for years. They had been in hiding for a long time, drifting between stars, far from the galaxy's attention. "Sensors are picking something up," said Maya Brooks, the ship's systems officer. Her fingers moved over the control panels as she adjusted the sensors. She frowned. "It's not a normal ship. It's huge, but old. It shouldn't even exist." Luke leaned over, peering at the display. He saw a large vessel moving steadily, and strange readings showed that its engines were unlike anything in current galactic records. "Can you identify it?" he asked. "Not exactly," Maya replied. "It has some human design, but it's different. This tech, it's old, really old, like something from the time before the Council even formed." Luke felt a chill. He remembered stories from his father and grandfather about the galaxy before humans disappeared. No one had believed the tales. Humans were supposed to be gone for hundreds of years. Now, there was proof that some kind of human technology survived. "Alert the Council," Luke said. His voice was steady, but inside he felt nervous. "We need to know if anyone else sees this." The Galactic Council ships began to converge. From orbit around nearby planets, large alien vessels moved quickly, their crews buzzing with confusion. Messages crackled through the network as alien commanders tried to understand what was happening. "This ship is unregistered," said one alien officer, a tall figure with blue skin and glowing eyes. "It does not belong to any known fleet. It appears suddenly, with no warning." "Its weapons are unknown," said another, a small green alien with many arms. "We cannot tell if it is dangerous." The Council began an emergency meeting. Holograms appeared in the central chamber, showing the massive ship slowly moving toward the center of the sector. The aliens whispered among themselves. Some pointed fingers at each other. "Who allowed this to enter our space?" they asked. Back on Luke's ship, the human crew worked silently. They knew the galaxy would be afraid. They had prepared for this moment, though they did not know what would happen. Maya adjusted the energy shields and checked the engines. She was nervous, but she hid it well. She had seen worse during training. "We are not here to fight," Luke said to his crew. "We are here to survive. Keep that in mind." As the human warship approached the sector, alien sensors struggled to identify it. The hull was strange, a mix of old and new design. It had thick armor plating, but its engines glowed with energy patterns no one recognized. It looked slow, but the readings suggested it could outmaneuver almost any ship in the Council's fleet. "They are sending a message," Maya said. Her voice was tense. She activated the communication systems. A simple transmission appeared on the Council's screens. It was in broken galactic common, the universal language used for communication among species. "Humans still exist," Luke said quietly as he watched the aliens read the message. The aliens gasped. Some turned pale. Others whispered urgently to each other. The message was short. It said that humans had survived, that they had drifted between stars for generations, and that they only wanted to return to known space. No threat, no demand, just a warning: do not attack. The Council was in chaos. Many aliens had only heard stories about humans. Some thought humans were weak, small, and easily defeated. The idea of a human warship appearing now in the middle of the Council's territory was unimaginable. "This is impossible," said one alien leader. His voice shook. "Humans were gone long ago. History says they vanished during the ancient war. Yet here they are," said another. "And this ship, it is huge. It is armed. It is alive." Luke watched the aliens panic, though he did not show it. He knew fear would be their first reaction. It had been generations since humans were a known power, and many in the galaxy had assumed they were extinct. Now the truth was coming out. "Prepare defensive protocols," Luke ordered. "We do not know how they will respond. Some may try to attack, but we cannot fight unless they do." Maya nodded. She checked the shields again. The systems were old, patched, and repaired with parts that should have failed long ago. Yet somehow they held. She smiled briefly, proud of her crew. They had learned to survive in the empty darkness of space, relying on knowledge long forgotten by the galaxy. The Council finally sent envoys to communicate directly. Alien ships approached the human warship, slow and careful, weapons ready. Luke opened the communication channel. "This is Captain Luke Carter of the human warship Resolve," he said calmly. "We come in peace. We seek only to survive. Do not attack, and no one will be harmed." The aliens paused. They looked at each other, unsure of how to respond. Some were suspicious, some were curious, but none dared fire first. The human ship held its position, and for a moment, the galaxy was silent. "Who are they?" whispered one council member. "A yellow-skinned alien with 3 eyes. How did they survive? And why appear now?" "We do not know," said another. "But we must assume they are dangerous." Luke's crew worked quietly in the background. Each crew member had a role. Maya and the engineering team kept the ship running. Ethan Ross, the tactical officer, monitored alien movements. He was calm but alert, ready to respond if anything went wrong. Each human knew the galaxy did not expect them, and that gave them an advantage. As the hours passed, the humans shared more information. They explained that many human ships had fled deep space long ago, hiding in uncharted systems. They had preserved knowledge, technology, and skills that the galaxy believed were lost forever. The humans had survived because they adapted, learned, and never gave up. The aliens listened cautiously. Some began to understand the significance. Humans were not just survivors. They were clever, determined, and capable. The older civilizations had underestimated them. The galaxy had been wrong. In a quiet corner of the council chamber, Luke watched the alien leaders argue. Some wanted to attack immediately. Some wanted to study the humans. Some wanted to destroy them to erase history. He knew patience would be key. Humans had survived longer than the galaxy could imagine. Now, they would prove that survival came with strength, knowledge, and resilience. "Keep moving," Luke said to his crew. "We will show them we are not weak, but we will not strike first. That is not our way." The human warship glided through space, its worn hull reflecting distant stars. The galaxy stared, shocked and fearful. Rumors spread quickly. Humans still existed. Humans still had ships. Humans still remembered. For the first time in centuries, the galaxy realized that history had been wrong. Humans were not extinct. They were returning. Luke looked at the stars ahead. The path was dangerous. The galaxy was full of unknown threats. But the human crew had survived worse. They had endured silence, isolation, and neglect. Now, they faced the galaxy itself. "We will be ready," Luke said quietly. He did not need to raise his voice. The crew understood. They had trained for this moment their whole lives, even if they did not know it. Survival was in their blood, and now the galaxy would learn it too. Maya tapped the control panel. "Shields at 80%, engines stable, weapons charged but not armed." She paused. "They will test us soon. We should be ready." Luke nodded. We will be ready. Humans never fail completely. We endure. We survive. And we return. And with that, the human warship moved steadily into the unknown, a symbol of lost history and enduring strength. The galaxy watched in awe, fear, and disbelief. The humans had returned, and nothing would ever be the same again. The stars stretched endlessly around them, and the human crew felt a strange mix of pride and fear. They were alone, but they were strong. They were remembered, but they had to prove themselves. They were human, and the galaxy would never forget it. The galaxy remained tense. News of the human warship spread quickly, reaching worlds and star systems far from the Council. Many species whispered among themselves. Some feared humans. Some were curious. No one knew what to expect next. On the human ship, Luke Carter paced the bridge. The crew worked quietly, focused on the task at hand. The ship was old, patched in many places, but it had survived for generations. That alone made it remarkable. Luke glanced at Maya Brooks. She was focused on the sensors, scanning nearby fleets and ships. "They are coming closer," she said. Her voice was calm, but there was tension beneath it. "Several alien envoys are approaching. They want to talk." Luke nodded. He had expected it. First contact was always the hardest part. "Open a communication channel," he said. "Keep it simple. Keep it clear. Show them we mean no harm." The aliens appeared on the screen. Their forms were strange and unfamiliar. Tall, short, winged, multi-armed. All of them wore expressions of caution. A voice spoke, rough and mechanical, though it carried clear intelligence. "Human vessel," said the lead alien. "Identify yourself. Explain your presence. Why have you appeared after centuries of absence?" Luke spoke steadily. "I am Captain Luke Carter of the human warship Resolve. We are survivors. Humans were thought to be extinct, but some of us remained in deep space. We come in peace. We only want to survive and return to known space." The alien paused. A council member whispered in a strange tone, and the others listened. Finally, the lead alien spoke again. "Survivors? Humans? Your history says you were destroyed long ago. The galaxy has moved on. Why should we believe you?" Luke knew this would be the first challenge. "We have proof," he said. He gestured to Maya. She brought up an archive of human records, star charts, and ship logs. "These are our records. These are human ships, human settlements, human history. We were betrayed long ago and forced to hide. Now we return." The aliens studied the records silently. Many were skeptical. Some were shocked. A few whispered among themselves, questioning how humans could have survived in the shadows of space for so long. One of the smaller alien envoys, a green-skinned creature with large eyes, tilted its head. "Your ship. It is damaged, yet it flies. Your technology. It is strange. What powers your engines? How do you survive so long?" Maya answered quickly. "We use old human designs, patched and repaired over generations. Our systems are not the newest, but they are strong and efficient. We survive because we adapt, we repair, we endure. Humans do not give up easily." The aliens exchanged uncertain glances. One large, four-armed species spoke. "If what you say is true, then the galaxy has underestimated humans. Centuries ago, we assumed you were weak. We assumed you were gone. We were wrong." Luke felt a small sense of satisfaction, though he did not show it. Humans had survived not by force, but by patience and intelligence. Now the galaxy was seeing the truth. "You may proceed cautiously," the alien leader said finally. "We will allow you to enter council space. But be warned, any attack or hostile action, and you will be destroyed immediately." Luke nodded. "We understand. We seek peace." As the humans moved deeper into council space, alien ships escorted them, keeping a careful distance. The human crew worked tirelessly, monitoring systems, shields, and communications. They knew the galaxy would be watching their every move. "Look at this," said Ethan Ross, the tactical officer, pointing to a nearby star system on the sensors. "These fleets? They are nervous. They do not know what we can do. Some are already planning attacks, maybe. They do not trust humans even now." Luke frowned. "Let them plan. We will not attack first. We only fight if we must." The humans continued their journey, passing through crowded sectors where alien traders and travelers stared in disbelief. Children on distant planets pointed to the human ship, asking questions their parents could not answer. "Are humans real?" they whispered. "Do they really exist?" The council finally arranged a meeting with the human crew. Luke, Maya, and Ethan attended, accompanied by several other officers. The chamber was vast, with alien representatives from many species. Some looked hostile. Some looked curious. Some seemed fascinated. "Humans," said the lead council member, a tall figure with silver skin. "Your return is unexpected. We have long believed your species extinct. Why have you returned now? What is your purpose?" Luke answered clearly. "We return because the galaxy has forgotten us. Our people survived in silence, hidden from history. We return to reclaim what is ours, not for conquest, but to ensure our survival, and to remind the galaxy of what humans can do." A murmur ran through the chamber. Some aliens were shocked at the calm confidence in Luke's voice. Others whispered about the history of humans, long ignored and forgotten. "Your technology is old," said another alien, a winged being with sharp eyes. "Yet it seems effective. Why have you not updated it? Why rely on ancient designs?" Maya spoke this time. "Our technology works. It has lasted for centuries. We repair and adapt it. Humans survive not because we have the newest machines, but because we understand what we have. Our strength is in endurance, not just raw power." The council listened carefully. Slowly, some began to understand. Humans were clever. Humans were adaptable. Humans were more than the galaxy had remembered. But not everyone accepted this. One group of aliens, led by a tall, armored species, muttered among themselves. They saw humans as a threat. They did not want to accept that humans still existed. They wanted to attack, to destroy what remained of a once-feared species before it could grow strong again. Ethan noticed their whispering. "They are planning something," he said quietly to Luke. "We need to be ready." Luke nodded. He did not panic. Humans had faced worse dangers before. "We will be ready. We must show them that humans survive, but not through aggression. Only if they attack will we fight." As the humans finished their first council meeting, they returned to their ship. The alien fleets outside continued to escort them cautiously. The humans worked quickly to repair minor damage, test engines, and monitor communications. Maya sighed. "It is going to be a long journey. The galaxy is not ready to accept us yet." Luke looked out at the stars. "Patience. Humans survive because we endure. We have waited generations for this moment. Now, we act carefully but boldly." Days passed. The humans traveled through council space, learning about changes in the galaxy. Planets had shifted alliances. Old enemies had become friends. Some species remembered humans as allies. Others remembered them as weak and irrelevant. Each encounter taught the humans more. They learned which alien fleets were friendly, which were neutral, and which were dangerous. They shared their history cautiously, revealing just enough to gain trust without provoking fear. One day, a small group of alien traders approached. Their ship was damaged, drifting near a gas giant. Luke ordered the humans to help. They boarded the alien ship, repaired it using human engineering, and returned it to space safely. The aliens were amazed. "Why help us?" asked the ship's captain. "Humans are supposed to be gone. Why would you risk yourself for us?" Luke smiled faintly. "We help because it is the right thing. Humans endure, but we also act with honor. Your survival is not our threat. It is your choice to live or die." Word of this act spread quickly. Other alien species began to see humans not as extinct, not as weak, but as clever, resourceful, and honorable. The human warship became a symbol, a reminder that humans had survived when no one believed they could. But danger remained. A distant fleet watched silently, waiting for the moment humans might falter. They were determined to destroy the human ship before it could inspire the galaxy. Luke and his crew knew this. Every movement was calculated. Every system checked. Humans had survived centuries in hiding, and they would not fail now. One night, as Luke and Maya monitored the sensors, they saw strange energy readings. A large ship had appeared, hidden in the shadows of a nebula. It was moving slowly but deliberately toward the human vessel. "They are not friendly," Maya said. Her fingers flew over the controls. "This is an attack ship. They want to test us." Luke nodded. "We will show them what humans can do. Prepare the defenses, but remember, we strike only if necessary." The crew worked quickly. Shields were raised. Weapons were tested. The engines hummed steadily, ready to maneuver. Humans had survived worse, and they would survive this. As the unknown ship emerged from the nebula, the humans saw its size. It was massive, heavily armed, and clearly meant to intimidate. Yet the humans did not panic. They had endurance, experience, and strategy. They would use it to their advantage. The alien ship fired a warning shot, small but precise, hitting the outer shields of the human vessel. Luke remained calm. "Return the message," he said quietly. "We do not attack first, but we will respond if they continue." The warning shot stopped. The alien ship paused, studying the human warship. Slowly, it retreated, scanning, as if unsure of what it had encountered. Luke exhaled. "This is just the beginning," he said. "The galaxy will test us, doubt us, and fear us. But humans survive, and we will endure." Maya smiled faintly. "The galaxy is waking up to us. They are learning that humans are not gone. They are remembering." The human warship continued through space, quiet but determined. Every star they passed reminded them of the long journey they had endured. The galaxy watched, fearful and curious. Humans had returned, and the first steps of their resurgence had begun. The galaxy had seen only a glimpse of what humans could do, but soon it would understand. Humans did not rely on numbers or raw strength alone. They relied on endurance, cleverness, and courage. And now, in the heart of the Council's space, humans were ready to prove it. The stars stretched endlessly around them. The humans moved forward, calm but alert. The galaxy was shocked, confused, and unprepared for what was coming next. And the human warship glided onward, a living reminder that survival and honor were more powerful than fear or ignorance. The human warship moved slowly through the galaxy, surrounded by curious alien fleets. Luke Carter stood on the bridge watching the stars. He knew that the galaxy was beginning to notice humans in a way it had not for centuries. Some were afraid, some were curious, and some were quietly angry. The humans had returned, and that changed everything. Maya Brooks adjusted the sensors. "We are approaching an old system," she said. "This one was recorded in ancient charts long before the Council existed. There are ruins on several planets. Our archives mention it. This system might hold answers to why humans disappeared." Luke nodded. "Prepare a scout team. We need to see what's left. Humans survived because we remembered, but the galaxy forgot. Maybe this system will show us why." Ethan Ross, the tactical officer, joined them at the control panel. "We need to be careful. If anyone else knows about this system, they might try to attack. Humans can survive, but we cannot fight everyone at once. The human warship dropped out of hyperspace near the system. The planets were scarred and abandoned. Old space stations floated silently, some broken, some partially intact. The air smelled of decay in the sensors, and readings showed that these worlds had not seen life for centuries. Luke, Maya, and Ethan prepared a small shuttle. They would explore the ruins and gather data. The rest of the crew stayed on the warship, monitoring alien movements in the surrounding space. Humans could not afford mistakes. The shuttle landed on a barren planet. Dust-covered ancient structures and broken ships littered the landscape. Luke stepped out, scanning the horizon. "This is incredible," he said. "These ruins. Humans built them centuries ago. But how did the Council and others forget?" Maya examined a collapsed building. Inside, she found old records, preserved by a small energy shield still functioning. She carefully downloaded the data into a portable device. "These records, they tell the truth," she said quietly. "Humans helped form the first galactic alliances. We were strong and clever, but we were betrayed." Ethan looked up from a ruined console. "Betrayed by who?" he asked. Maya tapped the device. "The records say that during an ancient war, several species conspired against humans. They feared humans' cleverness and endurance. They attacked the colonies, destroyed fleets, and erased records. Humans who survived were forced to flee into deep space." Luke felt a surge of anger. "The galaxy has been living a lie. Humans were not weak. Humans were betrayed. And now, some of the species who attacked us are still in power." Maya nodded. "We have proof. We can show the Council, but we must be careful. Some will not want the truth revealed." Ethan pointed to the sky. "We are not alone. Sensors detect ships nearby. They are approaching fast. Probably scouts. We need to leave before they find us." The shuttle lifted off quickly, dodging debris and ruined satellites. The human warship received their signal and prepared to extract the shuttle safely. Alien scouts appeared at the edge of the system, scanning for intruders. The humans kept calm, using old stealth techniques that had kept them hidden for centuries. Once aboard the warship, Maya presented the records to Luke and Ethan. "This proves everything," she said. "Humans were once a major force in the galaxy. We were betrayed, erased from history, and assumed extinct. Now we can show the galaxy the truth." Luke studied the data. "This changes everything. The Council will be shocked. Some will be angry. Some will try to silence us. But humans survived. We endured. We returned stronger than ever." Ethan frowned. "We need to prepare. If the Council sees humans as a threat now, some species may try to attack us before we can explain. We cannot fight them all at once, but we can use strategy. Humans are clever, and we endure." As they traveled deeper into Council space, alien envoys requested meetings. Luke agreed to some while declining others. The humans were careful. Showing strength was necessary, but arrogance could provoke attacks. Humans had survived for centuries in hiding because they were patient and intelligent. Now, they had to use that same wisdom to survive in a galaxy that feared them. During one council meeting, a winged alien named Corin addressed the humans. "You speak of betrayal and lost history. Why should we believe your records? Humans were thought extinct. Your stories may be lies." Maya stepped forward. "We have records, star charts, and ship logs. Everything is verifiable. Humans were betrayed, yes, but we survived. Now we return, not for conquest, but for truth. The galaxy needs to remember history correctly." Corin's eyes narrowed. "Some may not want the truth. Some may fear it. Are you ready for the consequences?" Luke met his gaze steadily. "We do not seek vengeance. We seek recognition and survival. Humans endure. We will survive, and the galaxy will remember us," the council murmured. Some members nodded, others scowled. Slowly, tension grew. Distant fleets moved cautiously, watching the humans. Whispers spread through the galaxy. Humans were alive. Humans had records of betrayal, and humans were clever and strong. Suddenly, the humans received a warning. A fleet from a distant system, one that had once fought humans centuries ago, was approaching rapidly. They carried weapons capable of destroying entire planets. Luke called his crew to battle stations, but he remained calm. Humans had survived attacks far worse. They would endure this too. Maya monitored the approaching fleet. They are powerful, but predictable. If we use strategy and patience, we can avoid direct conflict and still defend ourselves. Ethan checked the weapons systems. Our old designs may surprise them. They think humans are weak. They think we are gone. They are wrong. The alien fleet arrived, and a tense standoff began. Both sides studied each other, hesitant to fire first. Luke opened a communication channel. "This is Captain Luke Carter of the human warship Resolve. We mean no harm. Retreat if you wish. We only wish to survive." The enemy fleet hesitated. Luke's calm voice, combined with the unknown strength of the warship, created doubt. Some ships faltered, unsure of attacking. Humans had endured for centuries in hiding. The galaxy had forgotten their cleverness. Now that it returned, it shocked even experienced alien fleets. After hours of careful maneuvering, the enemy fleet withdrew, unwilling to risk unknown human strength. Luke exhaled. "This is only the beginning. The galaxy fears what it does not understand. Humans survived betrayal and erasure. Now they return, and the galaxy will learn quickly." Maya nodded. "They saw just a glimpse. They do not yet know how clever humans are. Patience and strategy have kept us alive for centuries. We can use it now." Ethan looked at the data from the ancient system. "Humans were betrayed, yes, but we have records, knowledge, experience. That gives us an advantage. The galaxy may fear us, but humans survive because we endure and remember." Luke studied the stars. The Council, the fleets, the alien species, they all assume humans are weak. Centuries ago, that was true in some ways. But we survived, learned, and grew stronger. Now the galaxy will see the truth. As the human warship moved deeper into Council space, they continued to uncover forgotten history. Ruined stations, abandoned colonies, and hidden archives revealed more stories of human achievement and betrayal. Each discovery strengthened the humans' resolve and reminded them why they had survived so long in hiding. The galaxy, meanwhile, began to stir. Rumors spread of the human warship, of lost records, of hidden strength. Some species were curious, some were fearful, some were angry. The humans' return had changed everything. Luke looked at his crew. "Humans survived because we adapt. Humans survived because we endure. Humans survived because we never forget. Now the galaxy will remember us, whether it wants to or not." Maya smiled faintly. "And they will learn that humans are clever, resourceful, and strong. Not because of numbers, but because of endurance and intelligence." Ethan nodded. "The galaxy thinks it knows us. It does not. It never did. And now, we will show them." The stars stretched endlessly around them. The human warship moved forward, calm, determined, and prepared. The galaxy had begun to remember humans, but the story was far from over. More revelations, more danger, and more tests were coming. Humans had survived centuries in hiding, and now the galaxy would see why. The humans had returned, and the galaxy would never forget. The galaxy was changing. News of the human warship had spread like fire. Whispers and rumors reached every corner of Council space. Some aliens were afraid, others were curious, and a few were quietly angry. Humans had returned, and their presence reminded everyone of a past they thought was long gone. On the bridge of the human warship, Luke Carter watched the stars carefully. He knew danger was coming. Centuries of survival had taught him patience, but also readiness. Humans had endured betrayal, attacks, and erasure. They had survived in deep space for generations. Now the galaxy was testing them. Maya Brooks checked the sensors. "We are being tracked," she said. "A fleet is approaching fast. It's large and they are armed. They probably want to test us, or worse." Ethan Ross, tactical officer, leaned over the control panel. "They think humans are weak. They think we are just survivors, not fighters. They are wrong. We have strategy, we have endurance, and we will use it." Luke nodded. "Prepare the crew. Shields, weapons, all systems. We do not strike first. We defend only if necessary. Humans survive by cleverness and courage. Remember that." The alien fleet appeared at the edge of the system. It was massive, far larger than anything the humans had faced in recent years. Weapons glowed on the ships, energy shields shimmered, and the fleet moved with precision. Their goal was clear: test the human warship. Luke's crew moved with calm efficiency. Humans had survived centuries in hiding. Every maneuver, every calculation was based on experience and knowledge long forgotten by the galaxy. The warship's engines hummed steadily. Shields were reinforced. Weapons were ready, though not armed fully. "They are forming attack patterns," Ethan said. "They will test our reaction. If we falter, they may strike, but we will not falter." Maya's fingers moved over the sensors. "They do not know our strategy. They think we rely on raw strength, but we rely on cunning, coordination, and endurance. That is how humans survive." Luke looked at the approaching fleet. He knew this would be a demonstration, not just of strength, but of human cleverness. "Let them test us," he said quietly. "Humans endure, adapt, and strike with precision when needed. They will see that soon." The enemy fleet fired a warning volley. Small but fast energy blasts streaked toward the human warship. Luke held his ground, shields absorbed the hits, and the crew remained calm. Humans had faced worse dangers in deep space, alone and unsupported. Now, even a large fleet would not break them. "Return the signal," Luke said. "We do not attack first, but we will respond if they continue." Maya activated the communication system. A simple message appeared on the enemy's screens. "Humans do not strike first, but they survive and they endure." The aliens hesitated, unsure of the human strategy. Ethan smiled. "They think they have control? They do not. Humans never give up. They survive with knowledge and patience. Now, they will see it." As the standoff continued, the human warship began subtle maneuvers. Engines shifted power to shields and weapons, but also to propulsion. Humans did not rely on brute force. They used strategy to confuse the enemy. Small movements suggested weakness, while hidden systems were prepared to strike. The alien fleet grew frustrated. They sent more ships forward, testing human reactions. Luke held the line. Every move of the human warship was calculated. Humans had survived centuries in hiding by thinking ahead, predicting threats, and acting with patience. The aliens were learning the hard way that humans were not what they seemed. Maya monitored energy levels. "They are wasting resources. Their attacks are weak. They are testing, not committing. We can endure this all day." Ethan nodded. "And by enduring, we show them humans are not weak. We survive and we are clever. That is our advantage." Hours passed. The alien fleet became more aggressive, sending faster, heavier attacks. The human warship maneuvered with precision. Shields absorbed energy, engines shifted power, and weapons systems subtly disabled enemy targeting. Humans fought without firing fully, using cunning to frustrate the attackers. Finally, Luke gave the order. "Now! Fire only if necessary, target weaknesses." Human weapons struck, not with overwhelming force, but with precise calculations. Enemy shields faltered on specific ships. Systems were damaged carefully, not destroyed, sending a clear message. Humans survive, and they can strike with efficiency. The alien fleet paused, shocked. They had assumed the human warship was weak and old. They had underestimated endurance and strategy. They saw that humans survived because they adapted, not because of numbers. The warship moved with calm precision, a living demonstration of centuries of experience. One alien commander communicated urgently with the council. The humans, they are not weak. They survive, and they are clever. We underestimated them. We cannot attack carelessly. Luke and Maya exchanged a brief smile. Humans had won this test without full combat. Endurance, knowledge, and strategy had proven more powerful than aggression alone. Ethan studied the enemy fleet. They will withdraw, but they will tell others. Humans will be remembered, feared, and respected. We have proven something today. The alien fleet slowly retreated, scanning the human warship warily. They understood that humans were not extinct, not weak, and not predictable. The galaxy had been wrong about humans for centuries. As the enemy ships disappeared, Luke addressed his crew. Today we showed the galaxy that humans endure. We did not strike first. We did not destroy unnecessarily. We survived. Humans survive because we endure, adapt, and act with knowledge. Remember that. Maya nodded. And the galaxy will remember. Humans are clever, resourceful, and strong. It is not about numbers or firepower. It is about endurance and intelligence. That is how humans survive. Ethan smiled. The galaxy thinks it knows us. It does not. It never did. Now they will learn. After the confrontation, the human warship continued its journey. They explored more ancient systems, uncovering lost knowledge and hidden history. Ruined stations, abandoned colonies, and hidden archives revealed more about the betrayal humans had suffered centuries ago. Each discovery reminded the humans why they had endured so long in hiding and why they had returned. The galaxy began to stir. Rumors of the human warship spread to distant systems. Some aliens were afraid, some were curious, some were planning. The humans' return had changed everything. The council could not ignore them. Alien fleets could not dismiss them. Humans were remembered, feared, and respected. Luke looked at the stars. Humans survived because we endure. Humans survived because we adapt. Humans survived because we never forget. Now the galaxy will see why. Maya smiled faintly. They will learn that humans are clever, resourceful, and strong, not because of weapons, but because of patience and intelligence. Ethan nodded. The galaxy will see that humans are not to be underestimated. We survived betrayal, attacks, and erasure. Now humans return, and the galaxy will never forget. As the human warship glided through the galaxy, the stars stretched endlessly around them. They moved with calm determination. The galaxy had begun to remember humans, but the story was far from over. More revelations, more dangers, and more tests were coming. Humans had survived centuries in hiding, and now the galaxy would see why. The humans had returned, and the galaxy would never forget. Their endurance, cleverness, and courage were now on display for all to see. The alien fleets would speak of them for generations. The council would rethink its history. The galaxy itself had changed because humans had survived, adapted, and now acted with knowledge and precision. And through it all, Luke, Maya, and Ethan prepared for what was next. Humans had survived the past, endured the present, and now faced the future. They would survive whatever the galaxy threw at them, and they would ensure that humans were remembered forever. The stars stretched endlessly, but the human warship moved forward, calm, determined, and ready. The galaxy had been tested, and humans had passed. Now, The next phase would begin.